Well, this empty field has a big future on the way. We're talking about plans for a neighborhood emergency department coming to Union Gap.
Let's take a live look outside. We are in the hottest days of the week right now. Meteorologist Hayden Nix in for Stacy. He's talking about when cooler temps will arrive in his first alert weather forecast.
And it's always a big deal when student athletes commit to a college program, but tonight we're going to show you how Pasco School District is working to expand that excitement to other career paths.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 5 on your side.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Alyssa Warner.
And I'm Austin Reed. We start with developing news in Kennewick. We've been tracking this all day. At about 9 this morning, multiple Kennewick Police Department officers were called out to this neighborhood not far from West Clearwater Avenue after neighbors of the area called in hearing multiple gunshots. One person near the scene had his vehicle shot at. After the shooting happened, the suspect fled by foot. But shortly after the officers arrived at the scene with additional backup from law enforcement from all around the Tri-Cities, a drone plus K9 units, they were there as well. They were able to isolate the suspect in an apartment unit and had everyone except the suspect get out.
We immediately started to have the suspect come out to us, which he would not comply with. We had additional resources coming to assist us, the Tri-City Regional SWAT team and other agencies, and we eventually, after a short standoff with him, the suspect exited and was taken into custody without further incident.
The suspect that was taken into custody was an 18-year-old male, and during this incident, nobody was injured. And at around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, law enforcement charged the suspect with multiple charges, and he also had previous felony warrants for other reasons. This is still an ongoing investigation. We'll keep you updated on air and online. Alyssa.
And in Yakima Multicare, Yakima Memorial Hospital has one of the busiest emergency departments in the entire state. They saw over 87,000 visits last year. But after years of struggles to keep up with that demand, Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell tells us they're taking steps toward a solution.
When I spoke to Multicare CEO last year, he told me the organization would be investing well over $100 million to improve healthcare in the Yakima Valley. That included building an off-campus emergency department. Those plans now becoming reality with a project to build a new 10,000 square foot facility with 10 exam rooms near Goodman Road and West Valley Mall Boulevard in Union Gap, across from Costco. Complete with board-certified emergency room physicians, on-site x-ray, CAT scan, and other services.
This really shows Multicare's commitment to show up in our community, have an investment, and really expand services and really reach maybe the closer to the lower valley.
Coming up at 6, more about what an off-campus emergency department might look like and when it might be open. Reporting from the Yakima newsroom, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Emily, we'll see you at 6. Thank you. We are following up on breaking news, which you saw earlier this morning, right here on Apple Valley News Now's Good Morning Northwest. A flight that landed at the Tri-Cities airport last night had medical and fire crews standing by on the runway. Here's what it looked like. It happened just before 9 p.m. An Alaska Airlines flight sent a dispatch saying there was a medical emergency on board. The flight was set to land at the Tri-Cities airport. Now, fire and medical crews were asked to wait on the runway as the plane landed. Eventually, people were allowed to get off the plane. Now, we did speak with airport officials today about this, and they tell us the person who needed medical help got it. They also say things like this can happen from time to time. Bad news for lovers of Sonoma County. Avelo Airlines, which started flying out of PSC and direct to the California location since January of this year, is going bye-bye. The flights will officially end on June 12th. The airline said customers affected by the change have been notified and are being fully refunded to their original form of payment and will receive a goodwill credit for use on future Avelo travel. Officials noted some good news, however. They did say that thanks to customer demand for the current twice-weekly service to Southern California, starting in September 2024, Avelo said that they are doubling the weekly flight frequency between PSC and Burbank to 4 days per week. Well, the Justice Department may criminally prosecute Boeing over the two deadly 737 MAX jet crashes. In a newly filed letter, the DOJ says that Boeing violated the terms of a settlement agreement. And this is all regarding the airplane crashes in 2018 and 2019.
Yeah, so the lawyer representing families of the Boeing crash victims is calling this move by the Department of Justice a long time coming. ABC's Melissa Adon explains.
The world's largest aerospace company now facing possible criminal prosecution. Newly filed documents by the Justice Department say Boeing has breached an agreement that allowed the company to escape criminal prosecution following two crashes in exchange for meeting new safety obligations and paying a $2.5 billion fine. A 737 MAX airplane crashed in Indonesia in 2018 and another in Ethiopia in 2019, killing more than 300 people. Now, the DOJ says Boeing failed its obligation under the agreement to design, implement, and enforce a compliance and ethics program to prevent and detect violations of the U.S. fraud laws throughout its operations.
It's not about the miscarriage of justice for us anymore. It's about the public safety.
Families of both plane crash victims hoping to hold Boeing and the Justice Department accountable, including Zipporah Curia, who lost her father in the 2019 crash.
We're employing and really besieging the Department of Justice to make the right decision, to make sure that nobody else has to go through what we have gone through.
Boeing also under scrutiny for this Alaska Airlines incident earlier this year when a door plug fell out of the fuselage of a Boeing 737 MAX 9 mid-flight. ABC News transportation reporter Sam Sweeney explains Boeing's future is crucial to the United States economy as they support thousands of jobs and the military.
It supplies our military with planes and different weapon systems. But on the flip side, the families who lost people in those two crashes, they want justice.
Boeing responding to the Justice Department's letter saying they believe they have honored the terms of the agreement and look forward to responding to the DOJ.
Melissa Adon, ABC News, Los Angeles.
And the Department of Justice is still determining how it will proceed in the matter. They've given Boeing until next month to formally file their response. Now, over in the Congress, the House of Representatives has passed a major federal aviation bill. The goal there to improve aviation safety, enhance protections for passengers and airline workers, and invest in airport and air travel infrastructure nationwide. This bill would authorize more than $105 billion in funding for the FAA, as well as $738 million for the National Transportation Safety Board. This will be for 2024 through 2028. And again, other key provisions of that legislation include hiring more air traffic controllers, improving runway safety with some new technology, and passenger protections. It's already passed the Senate. It's now headed to the president's desk. We're going to take a closer look at all of the things that are included coming up on Apple Valley News Now at 6.
Well, the latest inflation report out from the Labor Department this morning showing inflation cooled slightly in the last month. Prices are 3.4% higher compared to a year ago, which is lower than last month's 3.5%. Prices for rent and gas rose in April, while grocery costs fell slightly. Moody Analytics say Americans are spending about $218 more per month compared to a year ago, but incomes are also up from last year, $248 a month more.
Well, Yakima's Camp Hope is one step closer to breaking ground on a game-changing behavioral health center at the shelter that will be made out of repurposed shipping containers. Director Mike Kay says change over at the city stalled progress on this project, but it is gaining momentum again. The city, by the end of this month, will section off a small part of the existing land at Camp Hope. That'll become a new parcel for the center, which will be controlled by Comprehensive Health Care. That'll allow state funding to come through, and then it's on to rezoning the parcel.
Once we get that one little small piece of their property rezoned, then it will allow us to operate the medical clinic that's there on the property.
Now, this project also includes shipping container homes that it will provide at least 30 new beds or even more, depending on American Rescue Plan Act or COVID-19 funding from the city. The center should be up and running by December of next year. The Pasco School District is celebrating their future educators today. They saw a teacher signing event to honor the 113 students from all the Pasco high schools who've said they'll be pursuing careers in education. Now, that event was in Stevens Middle School in Pasco from 5:30 to 7:30 this evening. It's the third year that Pasco School District has had this event. They're looking to make it an annual event. The district's Career and Technical Education Director says that the goal is to open opportunities for these future educators.
We just wanted to elevate awareness of the opportunities for education and for becoming a teacher, and really recognizing our own students as our future workforce. And so really kind of just elevating that perception of this is an amazing career path, and in our district we want you to come back and work with us.
So tonight the students will be signing a contract that ensures that they have an interview once they've completed their teaching requirements. They're guaranteed an interview with the Pasco School District.
And that is good experience.
It's good experience. We need more teachers, so props all around. I love it.
Very good. Hey, we are keeping our eyes on some very warm weather outside.
So it's not feeling like the school year just yet, but when will those temperatures get closer to what we typically expect for this time of year? Meteorologist Hayden Nix has the answers coming up. Plus, we're talking about a new behavioral center that opened over on the west side. We'll show you what's happening inside this building coming up.
When it comes to remodeling your bath, there's fact and there's fiction. Fiction, it's too expensive to remodel your bath. Fact, with Bathfitter's hundreds of design options, you'll get the bath you want to fit your budget. Fiction, bath remodels take forever and tear the house apart. Fact, Bathfitter installation takes just 1 day to fit your schedule. Get the bath that fits you. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
When you get hurt on the job, you never know if you're going to get paid by Labor and Industries. Let Bothwell and Hamill fight on your behalf for your workers' comp. We can often increase your compensation. The sooner you call us, the better. If you were hurt at work, let us go to work to get you benefits.
Call 509-584-4411 for a free consultation. Bothwell and Hamill.
Tonight, Israel's determination to destroy Hamas. The civilians in the crossfire as nearly 500,000 flee Rafah. Can they be protected? More Americans turn to World News Tonight with David Muir, the most watched newscast on television.
Have you heard about refractive lens exchange? K2 Vision RLE means no glasses, no contacts, and no readers permanently. And you'll never develop a cataract.
No glasses or readers. K2 Vision RLE.
The race continues for over $13,000 in cash and prizes with Wild Horse Resort and Casino's $125,000 Derby Dash for cash and prizes. Play all week to earn entries, then multiply them on Thursdays. Drawings every Friday and Saturday. Pick your lucky horse and ride away with up to $700 cash. Then join us on Saturday, May 25th for the $15,000 grand prize. 3 winners will race toward the finish line, and the winner takes home $10,000 cash. Wild Horse Resort and Casino. More winners, more often.
Life can be hard. With Culligan, your water doesn't have to be.
The White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
This newscast is sponsored by Numerica Credit Union. Life moves. Live well.
Welcome back. We are tracking developing news tonight. The Prime Minister of Slovakia, which is a small country situated between Austria and Ukraine, was shot this morning in what officials are calling an assassination attempt. Now, The Guardian reports Prime Minister Robert Fico has raised concerns lately. He's had a push to close down an office focused on fighting corruptions, among some other things. But even his political rival issued a statement today saying that a physical attack on an elected leader is unacceptable and calling it an attack on democracy.
Well, today is National Police Officer Memorial Day here in the U.S. It's a day where people pay tribute to the brave men and women who have made the ultimate sacrifice in the line of duty. Apple Valley News Now met with the Richland Police Department earlier today. Flags were at half staff. There's also a memorial. It's a memorial wall. It's located just outside headquarters in downtown. It's been there since 2008. However, because the Richland Police Department has never had an officer killed in the line of duty, this really just pays respects to the many different officers over a few decades. Today, though, someone in the community even brought flowers and small American flags to pay their respects.
There's a lot of trips that get postponed or plans that get canceled in the middle of it. So there's a lot of sacrifices that families of law enforcement officers already go through. But yes, for one of them to give up their lives for another person, that is the ultimate sacrifice. And yeah, those people, those families deal with that every day.
So coming up at New at 6 tonight, we're going to tell you about a couple local events that Richland PD and Yakima PD are hosting tomorrow in honor of National Police Officer Week, which continues until this Saturday.
Drug overdose deaths fell in 2023, which is the first decrease we've seen since 2018. That's according to new provisional federal data published today. The CDC says deaths dropped 3% from 2022 to 2023. And while the majority of overdose deaths in 2023 were due to synthetic opioids like fentanyl, there was a decrease there from 2022. Deaths linked to natural or semi-synthetic drugs like morphine and codeine also fell. We saw a rise in deaths associated with psychostimulants like methamphetamine and cocaine. Those increased from 2022 to 2023. Now this morning, Washington Governor Jay Inslee joined officials from the University of Washington and UW Medicine to celebrate the opening of the Center for Behavioral Health and Learning in Seattle. The facility has a total of 150 spaces available, half of which are reserved for long-term civil commitment. Now that's the designation for people who are dealing with serious mental health challenges and may need months of care. This facility will also help train future mental health workers.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Hayden Nix.
It was certainly a beautiful Wednesday across the area here with those temperatures in the summer-like range holding into the 80s for much of this afternoon, and we're still even at this evening in the 5 o'clock hour. Yakima 88 degrees, 85 in the Tri-Cities area. We've got 80s surrounding us in Hanford as well as Prosser. Pendleton 81, Walla Walla holding at 79 degrees. We're also going to be seeing an increase in our sustained winds. We're going to see an overlap of that as we move into Thursday, as we'll see a ridge of high pressure that's given way to all that nice warm weather will begin to break down, unfortunately. So if you've liked these kind of temperatures, we're going to have to say goodbye to it for a little while. Sustained winds are holding on the lower side for right now, but you can see trouble spot Ellensburg 27 sustained at the moment, and we will see more of that scattering across the rest of the area here. Notice as we go into the wind gusts for 7 o'clock tonight and then continue into the evening hours, we'll see those speeds ease up a little bit. That's typical as the atmosphere decouples a little bit and allows for those faster winds to move aloft. It slows them down at the surface. But then look what happens as we move into Thursday morning. We'll start out with those wind gusts in the upper teens. Then as we move into the afternoon hours, watch what happens. You can kind of see those reds flowing west to east as the wind moves across the Cascades and down into the valleys. We're going to see those wind gusts ranging anywhere between 25 and 35 miles per hour. We'll be right on the cusp of a wind advisory criteria for the Kittitas Valley. So something just to also be a heads up there along I-90 in Ellensburg there. We could see that advisory take shape if those gusts start to consistently get forecast to be above 40 miles per hour. So for tomorrow and on Friday, those gusts will stay up there around 30 to 35 for tomorrow, and then Friday holding at 25 miles per hour. But as we watch the effects change, as we transition from this ridge of high pressure that influences the warmer weather beginning to break down, we'll see those wind speeds settling down as well. And that's what's expected to take place. Now watch what happens as we move towards Friday. You see the dip in the jet stream. It's going to be the first of many disturbances that's what signals coming in from Alaska. This is going to allow us to see a little bit more of an active weather pattern next week. We'll see some windy weather. We'll also see some moisture in the form of cloud cover, but we'll also see an increased chance of Rainfall, that is a possibility. Right now, confidence is slowly increasing, and hopefully we'll see more of that confidence increasing as we head into this weekend. Futurecast shows that we are going to see a little bit of some precip later tomorrow evening, especially in the higher elevations of the Cascades, mostly from 3,500 feet and higher. Snowfall possible around, I believe, to 8,000 feet, and then we'll see that range lessening into the lower elevations as the night goes on. Then as we move into Friday, we could see a little bit more precip towards the Blues, but that's it. Tri-City staying dry for now, and especially in the valleys, but we will see a transition with that more active pattern with rain chances trying to come back into play next week. Until then, dry weather will ensue. Tonight, partly cloudy and mild, those temperatures in the 50s area wide. We'll not likely see a lot of 40s out there, just a rare rural area seeing it. Then for tomorrow, one more day in the 80s for most locations, but look what happens with your 7-day forecast. We'll say goodbye to those, back to average temperatures starting on Friday. Cloud cover increases going into next week. We'll see that rain chance on Tuesday, but look what happens on Wednesday. Whew, we might have to break the jackets back out with those temperatures topping out in the upper 40s to lower 50s by the middle of next week. Alyssa and Austin.
50? It's the roller coaster.
Oh my goodness. All right, Hayden, thank you. Still ahead, we're talking football.
Well, it's going to feel like football, right? The Seahawks schedule and the WSU-OSU media deal finally confirmed is coming up next.
Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever battle New York. Watch Saturday morning at 9:30 on Apple Valley News Now.
Hello, Shelby.
Hello, Mariano.
Upload Mrs. Robinson's case.
Processing.
Is there any new information?
The insurance offer is too low. Should I ask for more?
You know, when they hear from the heavy hitter, they'll pay much more.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
Enjoy bowling here at Triple Play, where fun is always in season. French fries are fun, which is always in season here at Triple Play. Speaking of fun, did you know it's always in season at Triple Play?
Dude, what's with dropping the tagline?
The marketing ladies wanted me to push it.
What did they offer you?
5 pizzas.
Gonna share, right?
Of course.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including go-karts, mini golf, and many more, all attached to a cozy hotel.
Oh, thanks.
Make your first move with battery power made by Steel. Right now, save $50 on select Steel battery trimmers. Real Steel. Find yours.
Spring is my favorite time of year. I love when I can finally bring my garden back to life. Having a healthy and thriving garden is just one of those little things that brings me so much joy. A reliable truck that can handle my to-do list is essential, and it really does make the job easier. Come see us today and feel the power of Pingree.
What do I love about Twiggs? The steak salad. It's famous. It really is.
We love happy hour.
We love the staff. We love the food. Wonderful place to be.
What do we love about Twiggs? The bartenders.
Next, ET.
We are in Sin City with the one and only Shania Twain.
Hi, ET. Plus,
Hey, E.T.
our Simone Biles exclusive Next, ET.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Hello, Shelby.
Hello, Mariano.
Upload Mrs. Robinson's case.
Processing.
Is there any new information?
The insurance offer is too low. Should I ask for more?
You know, when they hear from the heavy hitter, they'll pay much more.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
Welcome back, everybody. Just into the Apple Valley News Now newsroom. We now know when and where the Seahawks will play this season. The Hawks host the Broncos for the season opener. Then it's all the way across the country to the Patriots for week 2. Fans take note. The Seahawks host the 49ers on October 10th. They will also play in San Fran on November 17th. In college football, it is now official. WSU fans will be tuning in to either the CW or Fox. WSU and OSU are the only remaining members of the Pac-12, and thanks to this deal, all of their home games will be broadcast on national TV rather than relying on the Pac-12 network. They are hoping that the spotlight will help rebuild the conference. All right, the legal drama over TikTok continues. It's still happening. First, the app's owner sued the U.S. government. Now a group of TikTok users, whatever you want to call yourself, they're doing the same thing.
Yeah, so Congress, you remember, created a law signed by the president. It requires TikTok's Chinese owner to sell the app because of concerns about data privacy in the Chinese government. If it's not sold, TikTok will be banned in the United States. Now, 8 content creators have sued. They're saying the ban would violate their right to free speech. They say even if the app was sold, it just wouldn't be the same.
There's something about TikTok that it is controlled by the people. It's one of the only applications where politicians aren't able to promote. The people control the algorithm. It's something that can't be replicated on any other social media platform, and it would just be completely devastated if this app was changed.
All right, so TikTok's owner has said it is not planning to sell, but there are several investors here in the U.S. reportedly putting together plans to try to buy the app anyway.
All right.
Maybe go out
continues.
Go out, touch some grass. It's a really nice day to do that. We're going to take a final look at your forecast when we come back.
There you go.
Jessica Jalor, Good Morning Northwest. Weekday mornings from 5 to 7.
You get hurt in a car wreck, and all of a sudden, you feel like there's a black cloud hanging over your life. You're in pain, and the insurance company doesn't want to pay. Call me, Attorney Mariano Morales. I have the power of more. Don't take that first offer when I can get you more, much more than they want to pay. And why go to court if you don't have to? And when they find out the heavy hitters on your side, well, you know, blue skies. Injured? Call me, Attorney Mariano Morales, because helping you is what I do.
Call 853-2222.
Your best days of the year start here at Kubota Orange Days. It's the year's biggest selection of Kubota tractors, zero-turn mowers, and utility vehicles, including the #1 selling compact tractor in the USA. Plus, get 0 down and 0% APR for 84 months or up to $2,800 off select Kubota tractors. Orange goes all day. Sales ending soon. Visit your local dealer today.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at gokubota.com.
Get 3.9% APR for 48 months plus $1,000 purchase allowance on a 2024 Cadillac Lyriq when you finance through Cadillac Financial.
Where's the most mouth-watering pizza and best salad bar in town? Well, Hubby's Pizza, of course. Order Hubby's Pizza tonight and get a large 16-inch pepperoni pizza for just $16.49. Mouth-watering yumminess. The perfect fresh dough and toppings for a quick and easy dinner. And now you can get your favorite pizza delivered from Grubhub, dine in, or carry out. Acquire the Hubby's Habit, your hometown favorite for nearly 50 years.
Welcome to the revolution.
Why is my internet slow?
There's only 16 devices connected.
I'm so over this. My cable internet bill just increased again.
My upload speed is so bad, I can't even run a stream without buffering.
Defeat cable lag. Switch to Ziply Fiber, America's fastest home internet. 25 times faster uploads. $65 less a month in cable. Ziply Fiber. Call 1-888-GO-ZIPLY or visit ziplyfiber.com/GoZiply.
Let's get one last check of that forecast, shall we? Those temperatures are going to be cooling down into only the 50s tonight, not even getting as cool as last night with those upper 40s that did appear in a couple of our rural areas, even made it down to around 50 in the Tri-Cities here. We will get warm tomorrow once more into the 80s before we say goodbye to that for a little while. The ridge of high pressure that's allowing for all that will begin to break down, and we will see those 70s returning where we should be for this time of the year, might I add. Breezy conditions also come back Thursday and Friday, but look what happens next Tuesday. Pay attention to that. There will be a chance for some shower activity in the forecast with that cloud cover increasing and temperatures cooling down. Hermiston next 3 days looks like temperatures will drop to the low 70s by Saturday.
All right, thanks, Aiden, and thank you so much for watching. World News Tonight with David Muir is next. We're back tonight at 6.
Yeah, hoping your news is good news.